about that, but the reason I'm mentioning that is I did the site visit there, and one of the really cool things for me going out to do the site visit was that Jim started her out really kind of at ground zero, where there's no technology. She'll talk about that, so I'm stealing something. I'll shut up and let her say it was really cool, and with that, please put your hands together and welcome Sofia.
Hi, my name is Sofia Barsher, and I did my project at Architects. So I'm just going to play a video, and it's just going to kind of be some pictures in the background of me talking, and then I'll move on to the poster boards. Okay. Play. Play. Is it going to work? Is it working? Okay. So I was pretty nervous coming in because I have pretty much zero experience with architecture. But in the end, I kind of came out with some really valuable work and a great experience, and I think I honed some great basic architectural skills. So I started out at Kostonus Architects doing some basic sketches. These are the sketches that I worked on in the first couple of weeks. So Jim was just trying to teach me some of the real, like, ground one of architecture. So then moving on, my first project at Kostonus Architects was actually Lindsay, my mentor's first project in college, and it was to create a 12 by 12 by 12 model inspired by an architect of my choice. So I chose Richard Meyer. I selected Richard Meyer as my architect of my choice because I was inspired by his use of light, his geometric design, and his use of the color white. So I created this model. It was my first model ever. It was really difficult because I'd never done anything architectural models before. So the skylight was inspired by Richard Meyer's use of light, and I tried to recreate a balcony that he has used in some of his work. So we can pass that around. The second project that I worked on was my idea. It was inspired, I thought it would be really cool to design a townhouse community where my friends and family could live in and have sort of a close-knit community that we could be together in. So my mentors immediately supported my idea, and they came up with a project for me, and that was to design a courtyard community. And so they gave me a real site plan, which is actually on 14th Avenue, just like 2 blocks that way. It's kind of like a parking lot kind of thing right now. So I was told to design some floor plans, which was really fun for me because I thought it was great to be able to design something that I might actually want to live in. So here are some sketches, original sketches of the floor plans that I designed. And then here are some of the final kind of overall site plans with the floor plans incorporated into them. And then after I finished those floor plans, I created another model here, which is sort of a general site exterior kind of vision of what I want it to look like. So that is the courtyard community. Later you can look at the model if you want to. Also, I thought that creating a second model was a really good way to hone my model making skills because they needed a little work after the first one. So they got a little better here. Finally, the last project that I worked on was a visionary project called The Gash, and Jim asked me to be sort of the flag holder of this project. It was his vision to create several segments of, or lids, oh god, excuse me, to create several lids similar to Freeway Park. If you know what Freeway Park is, it's a lid over the highway which is kind of connecting Capitol Hill to downtown, and his vision is to create several segments of lids starting from Freeway Park and terminating at 45th Avenue near the U Village, which is up here. So the segment that I worked on was starting at Denny Way and ended at Harrison. And so basically I created a park that would be over the highway, and it would connect and mend the gash between Capitol Hill and downtown. So here's my third model that I created, and as you can see, I like soccer, and it's a great way to generate revenue. So I have soccer fields and tennis courts, a basketball court. Here I call this the mounds, and I see it as a kind of like a mound of grass, so you can have a better view of the city. So downtown Seattle is like over here. So here are some sketches that I started with that inspired this whole project. Here is a cross section, so it shows that the highway is going underneath the park, and here's another cross section coming this way, so it's showing under the side of the park that way. And then here's kind of a circulation plan that's demonstrating the paths and bike paths and walking paths that would be in my park. And here's another kind of original sketch, and then this is another sketch showing sort of the wind and the sun pattern and everything that goes into designing buildings and in architecture. So then, how much more? Okay. Okay, and the last part of the gash was the green streets, and this is a project that I didn't have enough time to really get super into, but the other part of mending Capitol Hill and downtown was creating green streets on the Pike Pine corridor. So our vision was to create these one-way streets alternating from north to south, starting sort of on Harvard and terminating at Bellevue Street. And if you have ever seen the Bell Street Avenue one-way street, it kind of has larger sidewalks and is much more pedestrian friendly. And I thought that that would create a more close-knit community, and it would eliminate some cars, and it would eliminate traffic a little bit. So that is also part of my vision of mending Capitol Hill to downtown. So that is pretty much it. Thank you.